Amidst the gathering crowd, one name began to be heard repeatedly, like a mantra echoing through the tall buildings. Zhang Linghe, a figure who had always shone on screen, now ready to step onto the world stage in a way never before imagined. When the arrival gate finally opened, time seemed to slow down. Camera flashes flashed like lightning, and the cheers of fans erupted uncontrollably. Zhang Linghe emerged with a calm, yet captivating aura, as if she were arriving not just as a guest, but as a symbol of change in the global fashion world. Shortly after, Tian Xiwei also stepped out, bringing with her an equally powerful energy, but with a different kind of charm. The combination of the two created a moment that felt like a major movie scene, not just a simple airport arrival. The thousands of fans who crowded the area came not just to watch, but to be part of history. They held up their phones, chanted their idol's name, and created a sea of surreal emotions. The international media present at the scene immediately realized that this was no ordinary news coverage. There was something different, something bigger than a fashion show or a celebrity. Zhang Linghe, as the only Chinese artist invited to this event, carried the burden of enormous expectations. But that was precisely where her strength lay. She didn't seem burdened, but rather shone even brighter. Global social media moved quickly. Within minutes, her name was trending, her photos were widely shared, and her every move was analyzed by fans and fashion critics worldwide. Meanwhile, Tian Xiwei complemented the story with an equally attention-grabbing presence. Her smile, her gestures, and even her interactions with fans created a perfect balance within the moment. Interestingly, this moment wasn't designed as a grand spectacle. There was no grand stage, no dramatic lighting. But precisely because of that, everything felt more real and powerful. This was the point where the boundaries between celebrities and the fashion world began to blur. They were no longer just models or guests, but part of a larger narrative connecting emotions, identities, and cultures. Photographers, initially prepared for simple documentation, now competed to capture every angle, every expression, every precious second. On the other hand, the fans in attendance were no longer mere spectators. They witnessed a moment that would be remembered for years to come. This excitement also demonstrated how the power of globalization in the fashion world has grown. Now, a single arrival can shake the world, transcending national and cultural boundaries. Zhang Linghe stood in the spotlight, yet still showed her human side. She waved, smiled, and occasionally stopped to greet fans, small gestures that made a big impact. Tian Xiwei did the same, demonstrating that behind the glitz and glamour of the entertainment world, there is a real connection between artists and their fans. This moment has since become a new symbol in the fashion industry. It's not just about the clothes, but about the stories each individual in attendance carries. Fashion analysts have begun to talk about this phenomenon as a turning point, where fashion shows are no longer just about the runway, but also about experiences that begin even before the main event. New York that day witnessed the power of storytelling now at the heart of the modern fashion industry. And Zhang Linghe and Tian Xiwei were right at the center of that change. As the crowds finally began to subside and the cars carrying them slowly pulled away, one thing became clear. This was not the end of the story, but the beginning of something much bigger. And the world now waited, with great anticipation, to see how his next move would once again shake up the international stage. But behind the cameras and the roar of cheers, there was one thing the public rarely saw: Zhang Linghe's calm amidst the beautiful chaos. She walked with a steady rhythm, as if understanding that every step wasn't just for herself, but to take the fame she now held to the next level. Many don't realize that moments like this aren't the result of chance. They're a combination of years of hard work, the right choice of projects, and a keen sense of the industry's ever-changing direction. Zhang Linghe seemed like someone who knew exactly when to step in and when to shine. Tian Xiwei, on the other hand, demonstrated that charisma doesn't always have to come from grandeur. There's power in simplicity, in a genuine smile, and in the way she greets fans with a warmth that feels deeply personal. These little things are what make her so memorable. Fans in attendance that day began sharing their experiences on social media, not just in photos and videos, but also in stories. Stories of waiting for hours, of the moment when they finally saw their idol up close, and of feelings that are hard to describe. This phenomenon then grew into a major wave that encompassed more than just the entertainment industry. Brands, media outlets, and even cultural observers began to notice a profound shift in the way the public interacted with fashion and celebrities. Zhang Linghe's presence at the Gucci Cruise 2027 event was not just an exclusive invitation, but also a symbol that the boundaries between local and global markets were becoming increasingly blurred. She brought her identity, her culture, and her influence to a much broader stage. Meanwhile, New York, the backdrop, added dimension to the moment. The city, known as the world's fashion capital, seemed to be the perfect canvas for showcasing the intersection of East and West in a single, harmonious frame. Many began to call this moment a new kind of soft power in the fashion industry, where cultural influence no longer came solely from large institutions, but also from individuals capable of connecting millions through their presence. And when the flashes of the cameras faded, one thing remained: the profound sense that the world was changing, and that change came not with a loud bang, but with the quiet steps of someone walking out of an airport and then changing everything. In the days following the event, the reverberations didn't subside. In fact, they only grew. Every social media platform was repopulated with video clips, different camera angles, and ever-evolving analysis. Even people who didn't follow fashion were drawn into this global conversation. Many began to wonder, what exactly made this moment feel so different? The answer wasn't simple. It wasn't just about who came, but how they came, how the energy felt so authentic and uncontrived. Zhang Linghe indirectly proved that presence can be a powerful language. Without needing many words, she conveyed a message of confidence, of her new position on the international stage, and of a future that seemed increasingly open. Tian Xiwei thus became a reflection of a new generation that doesn't just follow the trend, but shapes it. She doesn't try to be someone else, and that's precisely where her strength lies, an authenticity that can't be replicated. The fashion industry, once known for its exclusivity, is beginning to show a new, more inclusive and emotional face. Their arrival is proof that the public now wants more than just beautiful visuals. They want stories, connections, and moments that feel real. Some observers even say this is the beginning of an era where the arrival moment could be as important, or even more so, than the runway itself. A paradigm shift is slowly but surely taking shape. And amidst it all, one thing that remains central is how these two individuals, each in their own way, managed to create a moment that is not only memorable, but also inspires a new direction for the global fashion world.